Welcome back, everyone. Michael Rosmer here with Richucation. Excited to continue this conversation about rapidly learning, about the subject of value mastery. We're going to talk today about something that's a little bit different because you might have some reservations, you might have heard some reservations around the subject of modeling. And the reality is, while we talk about modeling, I really want to contextualize for you guys where it fits in the big picture to understand, so you don't apply it kind of blindly, haphazardly, etc. That make sense? So really what we're talking today about is, where does modeling fail? Okay? The idea of modeling is not to model at all costs. The idea of modeling is to use modeling as the first reference point to accelerate our learning. Okay? So when we don't know where to look, there's a million different directions we could go in. The first easiest place to start is modeling. Okay? Now as we develop expertise, then we're going to get into a position where we can kind of you have an understanding of where the information is going to take you on your own based on the learning that you have within that field. You can kind of construct mental models, which we talked about in some of our other videos, etc. Okay? So I want you to be very aware as you go out there and start modeling to pay attention to a few things. And this is relevant in recruiting as well. It's probably going to be relevant in training, etc. And it's really, as you start to think in this way, it's going to give you a big advantage. Okay? Because otherwise you can get a little sidetracked and maybe not get the results you're looking for. And you might have experienced this, I know I have, where somebody lays out the course of action. They're like, this is what you should do. And you follow it to a T and you don't get the result. What happened? Okay? That is really what we're addressing today to help you avoid that problem and, learn from it, etc. Okay? So the first thing I want to pay attention to is modeling is very much about, the results that somebody is going to get are very much a result of circumstance. Okay? In other words, what you do that works might not actually work in all circumstances. Okay? And a really great example of this is when you're running advertisements or running some sort of marketing funnel. I took a course, about 8 months ago. And great little course. I learned a few key things, but I did exactly what we're talking about. I followed it to a T, and I didn't get the results he was describing. And one of the reasons for that is the course was made 2 years before, or based on a process and information that comes from 2 years before. And the market had just changed in that time. So what you would get, the results you would expect, were off, right? You could get some of the same results, but not all of them, okay? So as you go out and model, be aware, and ideally you can look for somebody who's operating in the same context that you are. If you can't, well then that's fine. You can still go out there and you can learn by doing their process. You're going to find certain things that work, you're going to find certain things that don't work, and then you can tweak and calibrate, which is the idea, right? If we think about the triad of mastery, what do? We say, okay, we might have modeling, then we're going to do some attempting to do it, then we're going to go do our imitation, then experience, then reflection, and then back, right? And so we can pay attention to how that works and get a better result. Second thing that can become a big deal is oftentimes you'll miss the whole picture, okay? So sometimes the reason something works is because of 6 other things that work. For example, if I was to go and model FedEx, right, I was to say, okay, let's go do overnight delivery. I might get destroyed. Now this is, nowadays it's very common, but when they first launched, they were the only company that did overnight delivery. And the point is, in order to make overnight delivery work, they had to do a whole bunch of other things so that they could deliver on that promise. And if you don't know what all those other things are behind the scenes, you're going to get destroyed, all right? Or you're going to have to find your own things behind the scenes to do to deliver on that promise, okay? The same is true when we're modeling, right? It might be, we're going to say, all right, these guys ran an ad that had such and such, right? But if you didn't have the right audience that you're fitting it to, or the right product that you're fitting it to, or the right brand awareness, or things like this, you might fail, okay? Maybe you're running an ad and people look at your Facebook page and your Facebook page has 10 likes and people are like, okay, no thank you. Whereas somebody else has 10,000 likes and that influences them that differently, okay? I might say, okay, let's go and have a system of sales. And we start calling prospects, customers, right? And you might use the same scripts, the same process, etc. But if the psychology of this person you're calling is different, if maybe they don't have the money to afford the product, etc., you could mess that up. And so you need to be able to look at the whole picture. And this is something I want you to really pay attention to. We talk a lot about breaking things down, and breaking things down is super important. But we also want to look at the holistic picture, because the things work, the different components function together as a synergistic whole. And this is why we talk in a bunch of our different modules here about that synergy and that overlap. Okay. So fundamentally, that's just a pretty simple thing to discuss, and hopefully you're going to take it and apply it. What I want you to do as kind of an action step out of it is to go, and when you're looking at somebody to model, okay, try to pay attention to what is the total overall context, okay, like the whole process, and see if you can model all those pieces, right? And of course, there's going to be breakdowns and failures and differences that you're going to have to tweak, or get the person who's successful, if possible, see how they respond to those sorts of changes, okay? And see if you can learn from that. That's like a basic insight. And then the last one is, of course, pay attention to the context and try, when possible, to find someone to model who has a similar context. For example, I was just in New York City, and we went to a sandwich shop called Kate's Sandwiches. And there's like a lineup around the block for this place all the time. And you might expect, oh, I'm going to copy them and I'm going to put it somewhere else. I'm going to have a lineup around the block. But if you put it into an environment where you have a small city, or maybe it's really cold, or maybe it's really rainy or something like this, you might get a different result. People don't want to stand in the cold, they don't want to stand in the rain, there just aren't enough people to go around, maybe their tastes are different, right? Maybe you're in a, I don't know, maybe these sandwiches are filled with meat and you're in an area that's mostly vegetarian, right? So pay attention to those two things as you go out and model, and you're going to get much better results. If you need any help, contact us. We're happy to help you, and we'll see you on the next video.